record again. Okay, so we're back. All right, so I was talking about my avatar. I'm not quite sure where I cut off, but basically why the importance of creating your avatar, or why that is important, is because we're on social media. We have so many people that follow us that we can't possibly be speaking to every single person, right? Like, your uncle is not really your target audience. No offense to your uncle, but he's probably not the one that you're really trying to get on your team, right? So you want to create this avatar that you are speaking to. And let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Okay, so you want to think about what problem can you solve for them? And think back to before you were a coach, and what did you struggle with? And what attracted you to this business? And then write out a whole list of what were your fears about coaching? What were your objections about coaching? What questions did you have about coaching? For me, I know I said no to coaching for months when I was first approached. First I thought it was a pyramid scheme, because I heard network marketing and I was like, no. And then I thought that it was all about sales, and I'm not a salesman. My husband's an amazing salesman, and I'm totally not. So then I thought, nope, I can't be I wouldn't succeed because I'm not a salesman. I was scared that nobody would ever want to listen to me. I thought that I could never be a leader. And these are sort of all things that you want to go through and write down. And then you want to create your posts from these. So sort of weaving into your posts the objections that you had. Because if you have these objections, it's highly likely that the person, your avatar that you're trying to talk to, has the same objections. So if you are answering them publicly, they're going to see them, and they're going to be way more likely to join you and join your team when you invite them, because you've already answered all their questions on your page in a very open and honest way. You also want to share about the highlights of coaching. So what do you love about it? How has your life changed from becoming a coach? And it's going to change and it's going to evolve from every point. So where I am now, almost 2 years later, from where I was when I started, is completely different. So that's always growing, it's always evolving, and that's totally fine. You just go with it and go with what's true for you in the moment. I sort of like to think about my social media is my reality show of my life. So whenever I feel like I don't have anything to post about, I think about, okay, what's going on in my life right now? What am I doing? And then I try and show, how it relates to coaching. So for me, I don't know if you saw, I did a post today this afternoon about picking up my girls from school. And just being able to do that, just being able to pick them up from school was huge for me, because I used to not be able to do that. And it may seem very common and everyday, but I'm speaking to other moms who want to be able to do that. So I'm speaking to the moms who right now are working and they know their children are getting out of school and they're not there to pick them up. And that's what that post is for, and that's who I'm speaking to and who I'm trying to reach. So even if it's like a sort of everyday part of my routine now, and it might seem very commonplace, if some mom reads that and they see that there's another option for them out there, that's going to be so powerful. And that's who I'm trying to reach. And let's see. You want to really, as a coach, what we call it, lead from the front. So be the kind of coach that you would want to have. So that can sort of seem overly simple, but just think about it for a moment. Are you really showing up for yourself every day? Are you doing these vital behaviors every day? And are you truly being the kind of coach that somebody else is going to want to follow? And let's see, one more thing. Oh, and one thing that Melanie Mitchell said that was really interesting is she said, your body is your business. And that was really powerful. And she didn't mean it in a way like you need to have an 8-pack in order to be an effective coach, because that's not at all. But your body is really your business. So you always need to be sharing about what you're doing and how it is affecting your body. How are these workouts every day? What are they doing for you? What is Shakeology doing for you? What is clean eating doing for you? I know for me, I've had this horrible cold all week and I haven't been able to work out, and it's driving me crazy. Like, I had no idea, honestly, how much I relied on those morning workouts to set the tone for my day. Because I've honestly never really been the type of person who was like, I have to work out or I'm going to be crazy. Like, it just wasn't me. Like, I would show up and I'd do my workout and I'd be like, okay, got it done, because I liked the benefits. But not being able to do it for a week was really eye-opening. And so sharing that for people, because all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people, they don't know how much better their day could be if they started up, every morning working out. And so that's what what you want to do. You want to be sharing with these people this opportunity, and that they can really change their life. They can really feel so much better. So remember, your body is your business. So treat it like it is. Okay. And I'm just looking down at my notes really quick to see if I'm missing anything. Okay, so another thing is that Michelle Myers said is it's being a coach is not about what we sell. It's about what we stand for. So if you think about, I think like Apple as a company is really good at this, in that what they're all about as a company. And they convey the culture of their company so well that when a new iPhone is released, nobody cares how much it costs. Like, everybody's lining up to get that iPhone because Apple has created this amazing culture around the idea of the iPhone. So as Beachbody, we're not just about these products, right? We're not just about Shakeology is a meal replacement and the 21-Day Fix has the containers. We're about the idea that we are helping people lead healthier and happier and more fulfilling lives. So the more that you can share that on your page and with the people that you are talking to, the less objections you're going to get, because the more they're going to understand and they're going to want in on that community. So when you share how much these workouts have changed your life, how the accountability of the challenge groups keeps you going when you want to quit, how Shakeology is, change your energy or your cravings and what that has done for your day, you're starting to create a culture around this versus just talking about the 21-Day Fix has color-coded containers. And do you guys see the difference in there? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, cool. And then one last thing I want to talk about is not comparing yourself to other coaches. And this is a really, really big one, because so often coaches get in this company and they look at the top coaches who have been doing this for a while, and it actually will stop them from being effective, because you'll go to their pages, and I've been completely guilty of this myself. You'll go to their pages and you'll see what they've said, and it sounds like they're saying it so well, and you can never say it that well yourself, and it completely stops your creativity. And it stops you from truly finding your voice and from truly sharing what is true and real and honest for you. Because you see these other posts and they seem, all one way, and then you could be really tempted to just copy and paste it and put it on your page, but it's not you and it's not your voice. And people aren't going to connect with it in the same way as they're going to connect with you. So I encourage you to follow some of these top coaches for a little while if you're a new coach. See how they share about things, but then stop following them and let your own voice come out. Because that's who people are going to connect to, and that's what you want to be sharing is what's true for you. Because you are going to start building your own team of coaches and of challengers and of people who are following you, and you want them to be following the authentic you. And to do that, you have to allow yourself to share what is real for you. And I just remembered one more thing I wanted to share about is throughout all of this, never lose sight of how your story is going to end. And for me, when I heard that this past at the Leaders Conference, it was really powerful because as a coach, you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But if you always keep in mind where you're going, how is your story going to end? It won't matter, and you're just going to keep right on going because you know in your mind's eye where you are going. Okay, now I want to open it up for questions, and we can chat more about what I've covered, and I'm happy to go back over anything that didn't make sense for you guys and to take any questions that you might have. So let me unmute everybody. Okay. Everybody's unmuted. Does anybody have questions? Will I get some water? And hi, Liz. I saw you just jumped on. Sorry, we were just finishing.
Nope. Sorry. It's a tough time.
Oh, yeah. I hear ya. Does anybody have any questions for me about anything that we covered or anything in general?
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, if you had to pick your biggest takeaway.
My biggest takeaway, whew, that's hard. Let me think about it. I would really think it was actually from our CEO's speech, which was the very first one. And he talked a lot about being relentless. And in that, he meant being relentless in the pursuit of your goal. And another thing he said was, don't focus on the income. Like, don't be chasing money. Don't be chasing the income. Because focus on helping people and the income will come. But what's at the heart of this company is the desire to truly help people change their lives through health and fitness. And if you focus on that, you're going to be incredibly effective and incredibly successful as a coach. But if all you focus on is the income potential, you're not going to be effective as a coach.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Did you have something you wanted to say, Andrea?
I'm reading my notes that I took down here.
Oh, I realized we have two Andreas. That's funny.
Can you go over the avatar again, just briefly?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have to give a shout out. This is to Andrea Bigelow. This is her. She just joined our team today. So huge shout out for you to being on our call tonight.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Good for you, girl. Okay. So basically your avatar is like, if you could picture the person that you would most like to work with. Like, if you could pick, like, say if you are making an office or something, who's the person that you would most like to work with every single day? Like, what type of person are they? And it's basically just writing down all of those characteristics of them, what they love to do, you know, like I said, what their fears are, what they worry about, what makes them happy, what's their family life like, sort of just all the characteristics, like almost like you are making up a doll or something, you know? So it's not a real person, but it's who you would most like to attract onto your team as a coach.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alicia, can you please post some of your, what do you call them, like your, not your learnings, but some of those audios that you were talking about, your professional development?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just at least just the names and where we can find them, that would be great.
Yeah, no problem. The first one that's to start with that's really good is this. It's called The Slight Edge, and you can get it for free on YouTube. So that's a really easy way. It's harder to keep track of where you are, you know, in it, if on YouTube. But I think you can also just get it on like Audible or something like that. But I'll post it in the team page, no problem. Anybody else have any questions?
Alicia,
Yeah.
this is Terry. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good. I had a question. What was the name of the app on Facebook to block your news feed? What is that called?
It's called Kill Your Newsfeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I need that.
Yeah, me too. It's great for keeping you from being distracted. And I
Okay.
think
Thank you.
that one is specifically within the Google Chrome browser. So, but I believe there are other ones as well. So if you're not using Chrome, you can just look up like block Facebook newsfeed or something like that. And I know there's other options out there too for different windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, well, if there's not any other questions, then I will say goodnight. And thank you all so much for jumping on. It was great to see you guys. And I hope you all have an awesome week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Alicia. Thank you.
Bye, good night.
Bye.